Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Even if I'm not surprised, I'm still scared for my life. I would say that.
A Moorhead resident feeling uneasy after a convicted felon was arrested inside a nearby apartment today. 20-year-old Miguel Cooley Jr. barricaded himself inside the apartment.
Authorities had to use pepper spray to get him to give up. For 3 hours, authorities had a perimeter set up near Romkey Park. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie dug into Cooley's criminal history and has our story.
Miguel Cooley, he's very well known by law enforcement in this area.
Federal authorities have been on the lookout for Cooley for a couple of weeks. He was wanted on charges including possession of a firearm and ammunition as a convicted felon and is no stranger to authorities.
The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force had another incident with him back in January. A SWAT team had to be called in.
Carlson says Cooley is known for resisting arrests, so they took no chances.
Unfortunately, there are a number of those people in the area.
Carlson says Cooley is one of many dangerous fugitives in the valley.
There was just police everywhere, and then I saw one out, looking out the window. I saw one out of the corner of my eye, like really close to my apartment.
I'm surprised and scared because it's so quiet and I didn't know until I got out of the apartment.
Law enforcement say the incident was isolated and you shouldn't be afraid, adding they're working together every day to keep you safe.
Most of them can be considered dangerous. A lot of them had contact with law enforcement prior to the times, of course, we're looking for them.
In Moorhead, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
If the name Miguel Cooley rings a bell, his dad, Miguel Cooley Sr., is serving a 35-year sentence in prison for killing 20-year-old Gabriel Perez outside of the McDonald's along Main Avenue in Fargo in September of 2018.
Moorhead school officials say they're aware of several Instagram accounts showing students at Horizon Middle School engaging in fights, and they're working to take them down. One parent says her 6th grade daughter has been bullied and is having a tough time. Doctors say early on, parents need to teach kids constructive ways to handle adversity and disputes in the classroom.
She didn't like that and she struggled to fit in.
It becomes normalized, and to them it may even be considered accepted behavior because of something they've seen so frequently.
We reached out to Instagram and they say they're aware of the accounts and will take action that's appropriate within their policies.
A South Dakota rancher has pleaded guilty to federal charges in the deaths of 6 protected bald eagles who were poisoned by some misapplied pesticide on his property. Prosecutors say that David Meyer supervised the misapplication of 39,000 pounds of the pesticide on 5,400 acres of land on the Standing Rock Indian Reservation back in 2016. More than a dozen workers told investigators they were supposed to put the poison into prairie dog holes, but it got sloppy and put it near the holes instead. 6 bald eagles died after ingesting the poison. Meyer will be sentenced on April 2nd.
The chances of you finding a decent place to park in downtown Fargo have improved, according to the city.
They do realize that there's still a hurdle to clear before people probably will know that. Valley News Team's Alexandra Kay explains.
Parking downtown can pose a challenge and businesses are feeling strained. A recent survey shows that lack of parking is one of the top 4 reasons why business is down. The city wants people to know that there is parking. Spots have been added and more are coming.
Our downtown has grown, so we've fallen behind on our parking a little bit in size, but with some additional parking garages that are going up, needs are getting met.
Right now there are 3 parking ramps in the downtown area. Island Park, Roco, Block 9, and a 4th ramp, Mercantile, is coming next year.
We have over 1,400 parking spots available within 1.5 miles of walking distance to probably other business of interest.
The challenge now, according to planners, is getting people to take notice of what's available.
We have plenty of parking. It's just educating the public on where to park and be comfortable and the rates.
And beyond that, the city says work will continue to make sure that lack of parking perception goes away.
We want to hit the ground running. We need to create something to help the public to come downtown and shop.
In Fargo, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
If you have parking concerns, you can attend a forum tomorrow at noon at the Downtown Library Community Room. And for information on this, go to our app and click on this story.
A partial ban on flavored e-cigarettes took effect today. It outlaws the sale of fruit, dessert, and mint-flavored pods popular with teenagers. It's part of the Trump administration's effort to reduce youth vaping, which health officials say has reached epidemic levels.
A Minnesota man is a step closer to being home after being in Wuhan, China. Yulin Yin went to China in mid-January to be with his parents for the Chinese New Year. But within days, the situation deteriorated over multiplying coronavirus cases, and there was a mandatory evacuation. He said since being back in the U.S., he's been through multiple health screenings by the CDC and will have to be quarantined for a minimum of 2 weeks. Then he'll be able to fly back to Minnesota to be with his wife and young daughter.
And very welcoming, which is so nice. I'm glad I have quarantine time here. So when I see her, I can actually hold her. I cannot wait for that moment.
His wife says that he isn't worried about the virus because Yulin isn't showing any symptoms. She's just grateful that he's closer to being home.
A memorial to remember NBA legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others killed in a helicopter crash will take place later this month. It's scheduled for February 24th at the Staples Center in LA, where Kobe played his entire NBA career, with many fans referring to the place as the house that Kobe built. February 24th is also symbolic, commemorating both Kobe and his daughter Gigi's basketball jersey numbers.
The Rolling Stones will be touring again, the band announcing today a 15-city run over the summer, one of which will be in the Twin Cities on May 16th, and that is a Saturday. It's part of their No Filter tour. Tickets for the U.S. Bank Stadium show will go on sale February 14th.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
All right, periods of flurries here in the FM area. And look down at the Hector International Airport from our Valley Skycam here in South Fargo. From time to time, our visibility reduces a little bit with a shot of flakes. It is 7 degrees and it just feels brutal out there. Those winds still over 20 miles per hour. In fact, gusting to 30 at the last measurement, making it feel like it's 15 below out there. Really biting the old earlobes tonight with the light snow reported at the top of the hour. 0 degrees in Grand Forks, 6 below Langdon, and 4 below in Devil's Lake. So that cold corner of air now pushing into northeast North Dakota. Holding on to a balmy 10 degrees in the Wahpeton Breckenridge area, but closer to 20 out on Highway 10 from Detroit Lakes all the way out towards Wadena this hour, and 13 in Bemidji. Here's a look at what it feels like when we factor in those brutal north winds, and our wind chills are already approaching that 30 below category with air temperatures expected to continue to dive down. These wind chills will also really subside. The aerial coverage of the wind chill advisory has been expended by the National Weather Service. Most of northeast North Dakota and now the Red River Valley counties in northwest Minnesota included, as we will have dangerous wind chills. Keep that in mind. Get that survival kit in the back of your vehicle, making sure that you have something to stay warm with should you become stranded by the roadside. Here is a look at the snow showers, still barely showing up at as much of anything on here. And we do have clear skies up north where things are really cooling off. These clouds kind of keeping us from getting as cold as fast here. But boy, has it been slippery. Crashes all over the interstates in the FM area have been taking place throughout the evening, and we will continue to see slippery roads right now focused on Highway 200 and southward toward Interstate 94. We do still have some snow showers extended all the way into southern parts of Minnesota this evening. Nothing is too heavy, and we're expecting a few tenths to around a half an inch of snowfall from these systems out there. On top of what we've gotten, that's going to make for some slippery roads in your morning commute. But the story of the morning will certainly be the brutal cold temperatures in northeast North Dakota and northwest Minnesota. Factor in these winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. We'll have wind chills at times that could approach 30 to 40 below zero in those locations. So bundle up those bus riders first thing in the morning. And in fact, you yourself bundle up, cover up your ears and your head. As we take a look at the midday temperatures, we don't warm too much. Many of us staying below zero. And if we're above zero, it isn't by much down to our south and east. Throughout the afternoon, we don't warm much. We have a chance at seeing some sun, and the wind starts to die down out in our western counties for the afternoon, making that 1 degree above or below not feel as bad. Heading into the evening, it once again dives fairly quickly Friday night, but we do have some clouds moving in, south winds moving in for the weekend. That's going to warm things up as we head towards your Saturday. For your Friday morning in Fargo, temperatures near 5 below, wind chills closer to 25 below. It will be a brutal morning out there. Through the midday hour, we warm up and we do get just barely above zero, and then it'll be quickly back down to sub-zero readings beyond your drive home. All right, a look at your forecast in your hometown. The warmest weather will be in central Minnesota, 5 to 10 degrees there. Elsewhere, a few degrees either side of zero. Here is a gorgeous shot of the clouds mingling with the rising sun. Thanks, Lori, for taking the time to send us your photo. Now let's take a quick look at the Wednesday time frame on the forecast. We do have a significant storm next Wednesday that is going to be making an impact. American Model now really reducing the amount and aerial coverage of snowfall with this system because it's bringing colder air in sooner. But the European model still showing a healthy dose of snow in our northern counties with a lot of wind and super cold air following that up. So here's what it looks like as we draw the numbers. Close to 20 this weekend after a cold start on your Saturday. Sunday, we stay near 15 to 20 degrees. A flurry or two Monday into Tuesday. And there we're highlighting Wednesday to keep you aware of what is going on there. Major changes in the weather to include wind, cold, snow, and that continues into late in the week.
All right, thank you. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so that you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. All you have to do is search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
Up next.